A very warm welcome to you all. We are absolutely delighted you are here. I am a young fellow that's easy and bold. In Castletown colours I very well know, and in Newcastle West I spent many a note on Kitty and Judy and Mary. My parents rebuked me for being such a rake and spending my time in such frolicsome ways, but I ne'er shall forget the good nature of Jane. Hugges fåge mig tomare torche. My parents, they taught me to shake and to mow, to plow and to harrow, to reap and to sow, but my heart being too airy to drop so low, I set out for a high speculation. On paper and parchment they taught me to write. In Euclid and grammar they opened my eyes, and in multiplication, in truth I was bright. Hugges fåge mig tomare torche. And now for the future I mean to be wise, and I'll send for the women that acted so kind, and I'll marry them all on the morrow by and by, if the clergy agree to the bargain. And when I'm on my back and my soul is at rest, these women will come for to cry at my wake, and their sons and their daughters will offer their prayers to the Lord for the soul of their father. When first I saw my Lord Mary, 'twas at the market of Sweet Strabane. Her thrilling glances were so engaging, the hearts of young men she did trepan. Her thrilling glances bereft my senses of peace or quiet, either night or day. In silent slumber I turn and murmured, "Oh, my Lord Mary, won't you come away?" Where I am a man of great reputation, and errands idle at my command, I would low my head on your throbbing bosom, and in wedlock burns love, we join our hands. I'd entertain you both night and morning, with robes melodious I would deck you fine, and with kisses sweet love I would caress you. Oh, my Lord Mary, won't you come away? I must away to my situation, my recreation 'twas all in rocks re-echoing their plaintive strain. The thrush and blackbird, oh, it sang so sweetly, with notes melodious on the river brae. And the little songbirds would join in chorus. Oh, Lord Mary, won't you come away? Also, wir haben unser Bestes getan mit diesem Programm. Das Programm ist ziemlich üppig, wegen die vielen wunderschönen Gedichte von Catherine Ann. Und natürlich, wir wollten das nicht nur auf Deutsch schreiben, damit man das liest, während sie spricht, oder nur auf Englisch, damit kein Schwein das versteht, sondern wir wollten es in 2 Sprachen. Jetzt kommt aber die Gedichte. Ich bin so froh, dass Catherine Ann Cullen hier ist heute, angekommen aus Dublin. Sie hat massenhafte Awards, Preise bekommen für ihre Gedichte. Und die sind sehr, sehr apart, also sehr feinfühlig, wunderschön. Und ich werde Sie bitten, jetzt zu kommen.
Vielen Dank für Ihr Kommen. Besonderer Dank geht an Eilish Kerrigan für die Einladung nach Stuttgart und an Ihren Mann Knopflo Gunther für seine Übersetzungen. Und vielen Dank an Culture Ireland und Zeitgeist Irland 24. And now English. The Flower of Maharali mentions Adam and Eve, so I'm going to read a sonnet for Eve and one for Adam. This is Song of Eve. I was dreaming of fire when I heard the apple calling me. Her voice was like water, cool and sweet and wild, quenching my thirst, and my dream where an angel was flaming flowed the voice of the apple, a mother crying out for her child. There was no sound but the cry of the fruit and the breath of the man who slept by me like a brother. We had no children then, and the wail on the wind was the voice of the apple, a child crying out for its mother. I followed the voice to a globe that gleamed under the moon like a beautiful breast on the tree. I am your mother, it said, and my flesh is like milk. Through it, all I know will pass to thee. I reached up my mouth to my mother. What did I know? I had no other. And this is Adam. I was lonely and lost for words to put flesh on my wish, though the sun spilled shimmering seas of greenish light, till God plucked a wishbone from my ribs one night, and Eve dived out of his dreams like a fabulous fish. World made in 7 days, in one made fresh. The early sky bloomed red as lips that morning. But what cared we for any shepherd's warning who burned our thumbs on pink as salmon flesh? Eden opened my oyster with Eve its pearly centre. His own peep show shut out that mad inventor who spawned free will while brooking no dissenter. Oh, luscious fruit, we did not count your cost, till writhing on the sand where we were tossed, we gasped for air or water or whatever we had lost. Morlach Mary is a Tyrone song, And my grandfather came from Tyrone too. And this is a sad poem and a true story about something that happened to a lot of people in Ireland at the time. It's called The Shoebox Coffin. My granddad Joe laid out his second son in a card box from Donaghy's boots and shoes. The priest said sacred ground was not for him, the unbaptized. Joe's face was a dark bruise. He knew about exclusion, had come south, well rid of Torna Barson's barren hill, his kind long kept from housing and good jobs. The priest, as he turned away, mentioned God's will. That night, Joe's friends climbed the high graveyard wall. He slid the box between the gate's grey bars, threw in their spades and scaled the chilly steel. They dug in silence under frosted stars, till Joe's hands placed under the new-made mound, the shoebox secret in the sacred ground. This is a happier one. Thinking of Irish songs, Frank Hart was a friend of mine and a famous song collector in Ireland. He died some years ago. And his love for ballads started when he was 14 and he heard a traveller, an Irish traveller, singing and selling ballads at a fair in Roscommon. This starts with a quote from W.B. Yeats, William Butler Yeats, from The Fiddler of Dooney. I read in my book of songs that I bought at the Sligo Fair. The poem is Broadside. At the fair in Boyle, you were all ears, drinking the pungent air, half drowned in the stink and clamour, waves of sound rushing the shore of your 14 years. Card sharps slyly shuffling, cabs wailing, the bargain king's oratory from the highest junction, dirty stop-outs calling pints without compunction, peddlers of corduroy by the hospital railing. Over the whirlpool of spittle and hand-slapping, one voice flung you a lifeline. You caught hold of a hard traveller's song, were sold on the arc of its ballad, its mapping of suffering in small places. Through the throng you floated in his wake, heard how the oppressed raise at injustice a clenched fist of verse, tender their dead a winding sheet of song. You found your voice, raised it your whole life long. And the final poem I'm going to read, I'll sing a song after that, is called Triskeal. And a Triskeal is a triple spiral. You probably know. It's well known in Ireland, but also all around the world. Triskeal. I arabesque from the margins of your great books. You have not fathomed me. I am older than letters. I ripple from the first stone that skimmed the sea, turn in infinite circles towards you. I am the sweep of a quill, the flourish of a turning feather, the wind ruffling a wing, a seashell whorl in the border, the antlers of a great elk, a serpent's curled tongue. I mark time, sunset, sunrise at winter solstice, fireworks at year's turn. I am the petroglyph at the gateway, the threshold of the passage grave, the birth canal of the goddess, the tendril curling towards light eternal, the dark roots of the cosmic tree, her luminous branches. I am 3 stools for milking a sacred cow, 3 seats for a fireside of stories, 3 tops spun on the harp. Find me in the minaret of Samara, on the end papers of the Quran, in the comb of the crowing cock. I whirl in the spill of Hokusai waves, in a Van Gogh skyscape, on a clipped dress. I am without corners. I say turn, turn again, change, remain. So, I'm going to sing a song that I wrote now. It's about a river in Dublin, not the Liffey, but a smaller river, but it runs into the Liffey at Euston Station. And like all rivers, it has a history of running mills and passing people by and passing lives. So this is called Cammock, Crooked Friend. Cammock is the name of the river, and in Irish it comes from Com Ishka, which means crooked water. So that's why it's called Crooked Friend. So. From Mount Seskin, swift you spill, down the years and down the hill. Turn the wheels from mill to mill, in your heart they're turning still. Pop, cannons roar at Waterloo, turn the summer morning dark. Boney's troops were felled by powder from your mills at Corca Park. Wind on, Cammock, crooked water, swerve, Kamishka, like your name. Dodge and bend, our crooked friend will love you just the same. Orphan girl at Golden Bridge, shared her sorrows as you passed. Prisoner in Kilmainham jail, heard you murmur at the last. River run and Cammock caper, on your memories we depend. Fairview oil, Clondalkin paper, sing your stories to the end. Wind on, Cammock, crooked water, swerve, Kamishka, like your name. Dodge and bend, our crooked friend will love you just the same. Destination, Euston Station, one more traveler passing through. Beneath the tracks, a lover's tryst, fair Anna Liffey waits for you. Through the city, side by side, meet the paddle on the way. Crooked Cammock, take our troubles, drown them all in Dublin Bay. Wind on, Cammock, crooked water, swerve, Kamishka, like your name. Dodge and bend, our crooked friend will love you just the same. Dodge and bend, our crooked friend will love you just the same.
Der Schuhschachtelsaal. Mein Großvater Joe legte seinen zweiten Sohn in einen Karton von Donaghys Stiefel und Schuhladen. Der Priester sagte, geweihte Erde wäre nichts für ihn, du Ungetauften. Joes Gesicht war ein dunkles Wundmal. Er wusste über Ausschluss, war nach Süden gekommen, befreit von Turner Parsons kargem Hügel. Seinesgleichen waren Wohnung und gute Arbeit lange verwehrt. Als der Priester sich entfernte, erwähnte er Gottes Wille. In dieser Nacht erklommen Joes Freunde die hohe Friedhofsmauer. Er schob die Kiste durch die grauen Gitter des Tores. Sie warfen ihre Spaten hinein und kletterten über den eisigen Stahl. Sie gruben mit Stille unter frostigen Sternen, bis Joes Hände unter dem neu erschaffenen Haufen heimlich die Schuhschachtel in geweihte Erde legte. So. Und dann haben wir nochmal hier unsere Dreifachspirale mit Triskele. Ich ranke von den Rändern deiner großen Bücher. Du hast mich nicht ausgelotet. Ich bin älter als Buchstaben. Ich woge von dem ersten Stein, der die See schäumte. Ich komme in endlosen Wellen auf dich zu. Ich bin der Strich eines Federkiels, der Schnörkel einer wedelnden Feder, der Wind, der einen Flügel zerzaust, eine Muschel, die am Rand wirbelt, das Geweih eines großen Elchs, einer Schlange gewundene Zunge. Ich markiere Zeit, Sonnenaufgang der Wintersonnenwende, Feuerwerke am Jahreswechsel. Ich bin die steinerne Inschrift am Tor, die Schwelle des Felsengrabs, der Geburtsweg der Göttin, die Ranke zum ewigen Licht, die dunklen Wurzeln des Weltenbaums, seine lichten Äste. Ich bin 3 Melkstühle der heiligen Kuh, 3 Sitze für Geschichten am Feuer, 3 flinke Spulen am Spinnrad. Finde mich im Minarett von Samara, auf den letzten Seiten des Korans, im Kamm des krähenden Hahns. Ich wirble im Sturz von Hokusai-Wellen, in einem Himmel von Van Gogh, in einem Kleid von Klimt. Ich habe keine Ecken. Ich sage, wende dich, wieder und wieder, ändere dich, bleibe.
Ich dachte, wir dürfen nicht ein Programm präsentieren mit so einem Pianist, wie ich hier habe, ohne dass er ein Solo spielt. So, er spielt jetzt ein Solo von Manuel Ponce, das ist aus Mexiko, das ist angehaucht von folkloristischen Gefühlen. So, ich muss auch sagen, dass ich habe nie mit so einem guten Pianist gearbeitet wie mit Wladimir. Er ist fantastisch. Und nicht nur musikalisch, sondern auch menschlich. Also, großer Applaus für Wladimir. Ja, wir machen jetzt weiter mit 3 Stücke von Bodley. Die ersten 2 waren geschrieben in Andacht auf 9/11 und sie haben zu tun mit Tod, natürlich. Das ist, beide sind Gedichte von Edna St. Vincent Millay. Sie ist eine Amerikanerin, eine Dichterin, die sehr zurückgezogen gelebt hat. Ich glaube, während ihr Leben war überhaupt nicht von ihr gedrückt oder anerkannt. Und sie ist jetzt gehalten als einst die größte Dichterin aus Amerika. Das kann passieren mit einem Dichter, aber nicht mit einem Sänger. Vielen Dank. Es folgt jetzt noch eine wunderbare Lesung von ihr Gedichte von Catherine Ann Cullen.
I thought I'd start with a lighter poem because it's been quite sad the last few songs. So plumos is an Irish word. We use it in English too in Ireland. It means a kind of a flattery, and it came to Ireland with the Normans in the 12th century in the word blancmange, but it became plumos in Irish. We also have chomre, the word for room in Irish, which comes from chambre in France, so that's mentioned in the poem as well. Plumos. Written down, I would have been a shibboleth for your rough mouth, but your ear was untroubled by my silent consonants. You, who took my chambre for your chomre, tuned my blancmange to plumos. I was opaque. I insinuated my way onto your plate, all air and aspiration. The English, with their chill shadow, called me cold shape, served me with tarts and fools. The Welsh made me a flummery of oatmeal. But you bent your Irish ear to my blandishments, your nose to neroli and rosewater. You listened to my palaver, used carrageen for my gelatine, made me balm to bitter humours. Flattery is a cap-handed wheedler, but I am plumos. I mesmerise you around my little finger, soften my voice with almond milk, smile up at you with pomegranate seeds, coax you onto my junket, slide deliciously down. So this is a sadder poem, a gentle poem to reflect on the songs that Eilish had about death and after great pain. So this was shortlisted for a poetry prize just this year in Ireland. I wrote it after my mother passed away in November. It was a very stormy time in Ireland last November. So it's called Storm Damage. When I went to collect my bicycle from the hospital where you'd withered, the storm had recast it as an autumn sculpture. The grooves between frame and tires were choked. Wheels vanished into flares of amber and yellow. Here and there, a green frond interlaced the spokes. It almost took my breath away, this blaze of light in the half-dark. I took time to trundle my bike down the path, loath to dislodge the gifted leaves too fast. With each turn, they fell away, singly, or in huddles. Behind me, a trail of fire, before the way home. So coming up next in Eilish's songs, the theme of discrimination is very strong. So I have two poems on that theme to go with those. The first is in a series of poems I wrote about a tenement collection in Dublin. The Monto Cross was a cross that was made for a prostitute in the Monto in Dublin, which is a red light district in the early 20th century. Monto Cross. As she lay dying in the joiner's tenement, the priest disdained to bless her, for Margaret Carroll had once whacked a man with a poker when he wouldn't cough up. You could makeshift a cross from twigs and string, but the joiner trawled the dockyard for 2 scantlings of wood, chiselled from each a rebate, so they sat snug together. He lacquered his work with thin paint, till it was quite respectable. When he got home, the daughter who had been taken from her was at her side. Margaret had no strength left, but the cross was light as air, lighter than any air in the choke of the Gloucester diamond. She clutched it with the hands she had held up for her prison photograph. It was black as a brothel poker, black as she was painted, black as the chemise a judge had once given his favourite girl. And this is a probably less serious poem, a true story about a woman who had some very strange views she was a neighbour of mine. Stowaways. The woman around the corner says country people are taking over Dublin. She says you can see the return tickets floating down the Liffey every Monday morning. Country people are letting on they're coming up for the weekend. Then the cute whores are stowing away, getting jobs in the newspapers, running the civil service, writing speeches for TDs, and signing grants for the relations. I think of them crouched in the leaky hold of the city, sharing a damp cabin with hard-up Dubliners, or washed up in that bedsit that made me cry. The room split in 3 with hardboard partitions like a homemade doll's house. The one window favouring the living room, the kitchen and bedroom lightless. The old landlord inviting me to sit in a chair pushed against one wall, my feet touching the blinded fireplace on the other, and tears itching my eyes. For years I hoped whoever lived there had some happiness to fall back on and got out alive. The woman around the corner wouldn't trust anyone from outside Dublin. Just because they're from 2 counties away doesn't mean they're not immigrants, she says. To be honest, she's not sure about people from the north side either. But as long as they cross the river again after work, she says she's happy enough, though she never looks it. And this is a poem that actually I wrote after 9/11, so it goes with some of the songs Eilish had there. It was part of a sequence that just happened. I was writing about Pandora's box at the time, and this is one of the poems. It's called Hope. Out of a world struck dumb, what starts to stutter? Out of the empty box, what heart breaks, what wings flutter? For those bankrupt of dreams, what gleams in the gutter? Your stumble through the darkness has begun. I am the voice that says you can outrun his flight of evil birds across the sun. For of the ills unleashed into the air, I will not let the greatest be despair. I am the life that stirs beneath the rubble. However crushed, I will be worth your trouble. Though currents drag you to the ocean floor, I am the wave that flings you towards the shore. In the shroud's pockets, I the precious token, the words of love, though no more words be spoken. So I'm going to sing one more song now, and this is a song I wrote for Bloomsday a few years ago, and this day week, one week from now is Bloomsday, the 16th of June, celebrating Ulysses, and so this is called Molly Alone. It's a song based on this last soliloquy in Ulysses, which is Molly Bloom speaking, and I tried to give her a little more of her own personality and kind of tied it with Nora Barnacle, Joyce's wife. I'm Ulysses, Mrs. the Odyssey girl, Penelope giving her suitors a whirl. A sloth, a sly boots, a sigh and a yawn. Not quite Molly Flanders, but no longer born. A modification for any old savage who couldn't distinguish a pole from a cabbage. With 3 little letters I'm bound to express Y-E-S. I said yes I will, yes. I'm a straight white male construct, I'm marrying him, that sprang fully formed from the bedhead of gin, conceived with immaculate presence of mind, with malice aforethought and more thought behind. Though his Nora's name starts with a definite no, such a negative notion would hinder his flow. For the Joycean female, she must acquiesce with her yes. I said yes, I will, yes. If I could remember the half what he told me, I'd publish a book called The Sayings of Poldy. But harem and scarum, I drift on my bed, saying all the crack things that come into my head. On page after page, he must bring up my rear, till his hammering heart on my bosom I hear. It's his own blooming fault, I'm an adulteress. With his yes, I said yes, I will, yes. For a world run by women, I'd make a great case, but my suffragette leanings are put in their place. My Creator will keep me in bed and indoors, and he asks that I cut him a piece of meat drawers. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, you won't set your eyes on sweet Molly alone. My brilliant perceptions will never be known. Just my breath of perfume popping out of my dress, and my yes. I said yes, I will, yes. Thank you.
Als sie sterbend in des Schreiners Wohnung lag, weigerte sich der Priester, sie zu segnen. Denn Margaret Carroll schlug einen Mann mit einem Schürhaken, als er nicht mehr rappen wollte. Man könnte ein Kreuz basteln aus Zweigen und Zwirnen, doch der Schreiner durchsuchte die Werften nach 2 Kanzeltern, schnitzte aus beiden einen Falz, so dass sie zusammenpassten. Er lackierte sein Werk mit dünner Farbe, bis es recht passabel aussah. Als er nach Hause kam, war die Tochter, die ihr weggenommen wurde, neben ihr. Margaret hatte keine Kraft mehr, doch das Kreuz war hell wie Luft, heller als alle Luft im stickigen Glas der Diamond. Sie umschlung es mit den Händen, die sie für ihr Gangsterfoto hochhalten musste. Es war schwarz wie ein Bordellpoker, schwarz wie sie bemalt war, schwarz wie das Unterhemd, das einst ein Richter seinem Lieblingsmädchen gab. Und dann noch Hoffnung. Aus einer dumm gebeutelten Welt, was beginnt zu stottern? Aus der leeren Kiste, welches Herz bricht, welche Flügel flattern? Für jene, der Träume beraubt, was glänzt in der Posse? Dein Stolpern durch die Dunkelheit hat begonnen. Ich bin die Stimme, die sagt, du kannst entkommen. Diesem Flug böser Vögel über die Sonne, den in der Luft freigesetzten Leiden. Ich werde Verzweiflung nicht die Oberhand lassen. Ich bin das Leben unter dem Schutt, wie erschlagen auch immer. Ich bin die Sorgen wert, obwohl Strömungen dich auf den Meeresgrund zerren. bin ich die Welle, die dich ans Ufer wirft. In den Taschen des Leichentuchs bin ich das Kleinod, die Worte der Liebe, obwohl es keine Worte mehr gibt.
Und jetzt haben wir ein echtes, sehr, sehr neues Werk für euch. Das ist komponiert von Grania Mulvey. Grania Mulvey komponiert sehr viele Sachen am Computer. Aber dieses Stück hat kein Tonband dazu, Gott sei Dank. Aber es ist geschrieben für Cello, Flöte, Klavier und Gesang. Und wir benutzen alle unsere Instrumente ganz anders als sonst. Es ist sehr, sehr ausdrucksstark und atmosphärisch, mit großen Kontrasten von leise Stellen zu sehr laute und mit Sprechen und Sprechgesang und verschiedene Arten und Weisen von den Instrumenten zu spielen. Ja, Discrimination, Tolerance, Peace. Das ist etwas, das wir wirklich brauchen heutzutage. Ich sollte auch erwähnen, dass Grania selbst ist sehr sozial bedacht. Also ihr Mann arbeitet immer für die Gewerkschaften, ja, in Irland und für die kleinen Menschen. Discrimination, poisonous blight. Discrimination, a poisonous blight. Discrimination, a poisonous blight.